At Alex Cuss 2001. At Alex Cuss 2001.
Oh.
Hey Bubble Butt. Hey Bubble Butt. At Alex Cuss 2001. Hey Bubble Butt.
I've been open twice. Wait, does that mean that the text-to-speech on this computer is working again? Well, no, I meant my answer is a little more complicated than that. So, for some reason, Brave can't use text-to-speech anymore, which is annoying. Because the Restream app and to do the like
Stream Elements.
Oh,
At Stream Elements bot running. Learn how to customize the robot face. Learn how to customize the bot here. https://learn how to customize.com.
I'm not sure if you can tell through the echoes, but only one of those text speeches read the link.
At Turmoil Mario 1. Hi. At
Like-
Turmoil Mario 1. Hi.
I'm again double check. Wait, what?
At Alex Cuss 2001. Hey ya. At Alex Cuss 2001.
Does the main browser source just read messages twice on its own?
Left 4 Cake 008. Test. At Iron P4748. Hi Cake.
Oh yeah, I think I got it working like it should. Wait, how's everything going? What's that?
At Alex Cuss 2001.
I'm getting.
Hey Iron P.
What did I just do? I'm getting frame drops where I didn't before.
Boo.
Oh, it might have been you joining. Okay.
Hello. I
Is
saw
it-
your live stream in my
Yeah.
recommended, or in my like subscription, and I decided to join.
Okay. Yeah, my frame's normalized, I
Iron
think.
P4. 4748.
You're awesome.
Hi Alex.
Oh, thank you.
Way better than most people I've met, actually.
Alright, this is the world I have my homeworld set to.
Alright.
Although I did make a group instance of it though, because otherwise no one could join. But Plus, you can't make group the default anyway.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of people on who aren't on Orange or in private worlds.
Yeah. Actually,
Or in
I
Popcorn
came here
Palace.
to like recommend you should play Fortnite on a stream sometime.
Maybe, but
Only if you feel like it.
I prefer Super Animal Royale though.
Oh,
Another-
really?
Not just because of the animals, but I do like top-down shooters a little. Okay, well, I like first-person shooters, but I'm better at top-down shooters. So, by extension, I'm a little better at Super Animal Royale than I am at Fortnite.
I've played FPS games so many times and I've gotten so good at them. And I'm really great with Fortnite.
Yeah. Yeah, I get buying Team Fortress
I've
2
won
because,
more than like 3 games. Like, I think
Yeah.
5?
yeah, I get buying Team Fortress 2 because a lot of classes let you use skills other than generic first-person generic first-person skills to get by,
Fortnite
but
just came out on Android devices. That's how I'm getting so good.
I thought it was on Android for a while.
No, not on my phone.
Oh, well, maybe they did something
When I first
optim.
got this phone.
Maybe they optimized it and expanded compatibility, but
And then I was
it's,
like,
it's possible they
and
expanded
then I
device.
got an ad of it on my phone.
Maybe they just
saying,
expanded.
Hey, it's out on Android, blah blah blah, and I'm like, ooh.
Maybe they just expanded device compatibility then, but it's had an Android release for a while. Does the Switch version support mouse? Specifically, I mean the Switch
I'm
2
not
version,
sure.
and by that I mean on Switch 2, because there's a different Switch 2 version of Fortnite than the Switch 1 version.
At Gabriel Solis J7R. Hi.
On server, I learned you can play Cyberpunk on Switch with a mouse and keyboard with WSD controls and everything.
Oh wow.
Yeah, apparently it's a thing. Like, developers can add mouse and keyboard support to Switch if they feel like it. It just, you know, not many developers care to do that because not many people would think to even try that.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm spacing out right now.
Oh, okay. Fortnite 4 Switch 2 will have mouse support. Okay, so the Switch 2 changes include 60 FPS, high resolution, greater view distance, higher quality textures, floating physics enabled, the replay systems here, capture video because capture game chat support. Okay, whatever. For hardcore folks, full desktop render. Mouse support with Joy-Con 2 starting on June 7th. Okay, so oh, okay, we have a few months before that, but so in a few months for
Honestly,
maybe
I have no idea what you just said, but I am going to go with it.
So I just listed all the changes between Switch 1 edition of Fortnite and Switch 2 edition of Fortnite.
Oh.
Although I don't know why it'll take
Fortnite.
it'll take to June, maybe June 7th to just win something like a battle pass resets or something, I don't know, or like matchmaking resets or something, I don't know, but they're gonna add the Joy-Con 2, the Joy-Cons have mouse support on Switch 2 and they're gonna add the ability to aim that way
Fortnite more like
on June 7th on Switch, so you can actually
Wow. Anyway, you wanna hear my tiny chat?
I think it was so tiny, the voice activation. So, oh, there you go. Nice.
I am wondering. sexy.
Thanks.
My father locked me up in the pantry.
Alright then.
Not really. That is a joke. By the way, that's a joke.
Well, yeah, I mean, I figure you're playing a character for that. Might be a relatively short stream. It seems like it's a slow night.
Eh.
Give me an excuse to work on other aspects of my social media, like uploading a couple of these
It
MMG.
is a Tuesday.
A lot of it is a chunk of my friends that started doing well, I don't know if it's actually not safe for work things, but at least things just between them. So eventually I might have to start scouting for some additional people to hang out with, just to have, well, at the very least, or maybe reviewing my not favorited friends and seeing who I should be adding to my favorites list. I'm checking who's on.
Murder it. Murder all these cubes.
Have you been in this world before?
I mean, one.
At non
I'm one
game
of his
guys.
three.
Hello.
Okay, so that means you should have the 3 random floating cubes that are somewhere outside. That if you shoot them, you get a permanent buff to your stats.
Never actually, like, played it. But this is kind of my first time actually trying it out.
Oh, well, as long as you,
Say it's very rough.
okay, as long as you've been here at least once and started and you still have your assuming you still have your save persistence, because there's a system where every 24 hours it spawns a couple cubes that you can shoot that give you permanent buffs, but it starts the timer the first time you join. There's no cube spawned.
Loss off pause. Doubts I'm mad at Unity.
I just play games to have fun, not to be educated on stuff. Jeez.
At Alex Cuss
But learning
2001.
games can't have.
Hey Cake, what you up to?
Yeah, this is just an idle game. Like all it amounts to is like I said, this game to my home world. So like first time on VRChat every day, I shoot my daily cubes and I get my stat boosts.
I'm probably going to save this as my front.
And one of the nice things too is, unlike some other idle games, there's actually in the abilities you can, when you earn enough of the currency, you can unlock offline currency, where basically based on your current progress.
I think idle games are just to pass time.
Yeah,
For me,
so
I just like playing games that actually like have you focused and engaged on something.
yeah, but this is an idle game in VRChat, so it's an idle game that's attached to a social, like, social media at the same time. So the idle game can play in the background where you're actually just hanging out with your friends. That's why I think the genius. That's the reason why the fishing world took over all of VRChat, because it was a well-designed, like, idle-ish kind of game that people could hang out and chill while they're just kind of fishing with minimum focus.
Yeah. I mean, it still makes me focused on just fishing. Cause, like,
Yeah.
I don't really want to talk to people 24/7. I am not built.
Well, you don't have to talk to people 24/7 just while you're on VRChat. Hello. What are you watching, by the way?
How are you? Invincible.
Oh yeah, I need to actually sit there. Well, okay, I say I need to sit down and watch it, but I remember some scenes are really bloody, and I'm not sure because like every time I hear a plot summary, I'm really interested. But I also remember there's some really graphic scenes.
It's very bloody.
Yeah, not just bloody, but like gruesome and God, life sucks for these people kind of violence.
Yes, it is.
Like, I like the story writing, but I'm not sure like the kind of violence is. And some of it's the point. Like the whole point is like, okay, especially when Omni-Man is beating up Mark when Mark first the invasion starts coming. Like the whole point is Mark is having his spirits tested, but Mark still keeps trying to save people despite how much he's failing.
Yes.
Yeah, which is why I love Detailed Diatribe's discussion. I know I think only season 1 was out at the time when they made their discussion, but like when they were comparing different Superman clones, and basically Invincible is, what if Superman had an evil dad? Because the true spirit of Superman is Mark, not Omni-Man.
Yes. So literally everything you just said. But it's still good.
Yay, some basic media literacy. Actually, God, some people had there's a comment I read on, like, the base video was, the comment wasn't directly about the base video. It was like, what if Ben 10 was in Invincible? But some people were talking about, no, that was the video that brought me to the video. It was about Ben 10's...
Probably Ben 10 will die to him.
No, actually, well...
I've seen an AI miraculous
actually,
bug video basically explaining an episode.
it just tries to put Ben 10 in the plot of Invincible, and it wasn't a versus battle. But one bit was like when Ben 10 is interacting with Omni-Man, and the Omnitrix suddenly bursts out with new DNA scan detected. If that, like, how that would, how Omni-Man would react to maybe having his cover blown by that.
I think size is kind of very. I'm gonna say this.
Yeah. It's
Probably just gonna try to kill him.
I mean, it's very fanfic. But Ben 10 himself, like when you're writing Ben 10, is a very OP character himself. Like, the Omnitrix having a failsafe mode that detects when he's about to die and automatically turns into an alien that can keep him alive, you know?
No, I feel like at some point you'll just rip off the arm with the Omnitrix.
Of Ben 10 or definitely.
And then will be the end of Ben 10.
Ben 10 is
Or probably
absurdist.
being the alien and just rip off the Omnitrix.
Like, one of the aliens on the Omnitrix is literally an alien that can... No, Ben literally destroys the universe and just creates a new one where he didn't just fail to stop the reality bomb.
Yeah, but in that case, it's that talk with that two flying heads. Meanwhile, it's just like my Omnitrix.
People didn't just accept Ben 10's usually just kind of overpowered, but his whole shtick with Ben 10's character.
It does not mean he's going back to normal human. It just means he's gonna be in that body without actually being hurt while talking to the heads, and then it's 50-50 if the heads accept do that or not do that.
Eventually, there is a point where Ben does convince the two heads just to give him full control of the body.
Yes.
At Alpha DJI8K. Oh yeah, it's our cuddle sex area.
And I haven't watched Ben 10 in a last.
But I didn't even get to the thing I wanted to say, though. The video was discussing if Ben 10 has a no-kill policy or not, and someone brought up Batman and Superman and the difference between the two of them and their no-kills. Where Batman specifically has a rule for himself not to kill, but Superman just doesn't kill.
Yes.
Even bringing up a quote from Doctor Who about when...
because of that, they're probably just gonna die.
Well, yeah, well, no. Well, the difference is one of them is more morally corruptible because Batman, no matter how much he wants to kill, it's a hard rule. Don't kill. It doesn't matter what the logic is or the reasoning. Where Superman could, could eventually like hit a point where like there's a greater good and he has to make a decision, and he makes the wrong one. And someone comments that should have been the writing for Injustice. That's what it should have been about.
8K. That's not true. Superman kills.
Okay, Superman. Okay,
This is why I don't like to make so much universe.
Superman, when he's well written, typically doesn't kill, unless it's like the point of the plot. Like he doesn't just kill it. Like there has to be a very specific set of circumstances or rule, for the right, or else it's just bad writing. But anyway.
At Lil Rajade Bateen.
But that's also part of what I mean by
Hello again, do you
Batman.
remember who I am?
Oh, hey, hello, Lil Large TV. But that's what I mean by Batman having the actual rule to not kill, and Superman just it's just a Boy Scout, so he usually doesn't kill, just because.
Hi.
Hi Kate, hi Spike. Hi Freinds. Hi Lamb, hi Abe, Zach. Or Dynamite,
That
whatever you
literally
prefer.
reminds me
Oh, fake.
Yeah.
I want to talk to you about an idea I had for the Among Us world.
Okay.
I
At Lil
figured
Rajade Bateen.
out a way to turn one
I'm
of the
the ultra
modded
kill
roles
guy.
into something we can actually do
At Alex
for the
Cuss
VRChat Among
2001.
Us.
If Superman does
You know
go
the
crazy, he does
shapeshifter
have
role,
to die.
right?
Yeah.
Ooh, you got me interested now.
I actually found a way to easily copy that without modding the actual world. You just everyone turns off nameplates. You would turn on.
You want them to copy their avatar? Or...
I mean, well, not because everyone would have to be in public avies, but
Actually, I had the idea of everyone just swapping into the avatars from the Among Us world, so that no one has to worry about sharing their own private avatars.
yeah. Well, I mean, I mentioned that everyone just has to be in private. At least everyone has to be in public avies with cloning on, but.
At Alex Cuss 2001.
But then I forget, some people use
Hamburger.
public avies and not let people copy them for reasons.
Yeah, I got you.
The idea is
Yeah.
if we have it on more than one imposter,
At Lil Rajade Bateen.
everyone
Remember
but the
2 days ago I
imposters
asked to join
will
and I joined
turn
and
off-
I was in V2
will
avatar
turn
that
off-
is
will
from
turn
Ultra
off-
Kill.
will turn off voice volume for an exact 3 minutes. Enough time for whoever the imposters are to discuss on who's going to be the shapeshifter. Because there can only be one shapeshifter.
Okay.
Once those 3 minutes are up, all the crewmates will turn voices back on. And because of the voices being off for all the crewmates, they still won't know who the imposters would be.
You gotta find
And-
a proper crew then to play it with, though. Because
Yeah,
if there's gonna be kids involved or something like that, then
Also-
they're absolutely
Yeah.
just gonna unmute
It
and
would just
ruin
be
the
a
game.
friends plus type
Also-
situation, or just friends in general.
Yeah, also, that's the one thing to be aware of. The more, regardless of how much, the more complicated the rules, the less fun it'll be trying to make it work. So, like,
Yeah. I get it, yeah.
It would take some time for everyone to get used to it,
At Alex
but
Cuss
once we do,
2001.
it should be pretty interesting.
Just
the
to
last-
be clear, I
the,
have no
the,
idea
because
what
the last
Ultra Kill
custom
is.
gimmick I did was Milo's idea, where everyone literally just wears the same avatar.
Confusing thing.
Yeah, and we kept
mean-
having to tell
I
new
can see
people that
why.
came in that, hey, we're doing custom rules. I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. You know, man, this is
I
kinda
want
cool,
this
man.
headset stay up. I could have sworn I got it working.
I wish I could help a little bit because I've been hosting Among Us sessions, like modded Among Us sessions, for a goddamn year in my Discord server. Like every Saturday, I know like many roles. I just wouldn't know how to apply them honestly in VR like that.
Yeah.
If they're not like programmed in from the get-go, you know. And I can't program VR worlds, so that's that.
Even then, we don't have like we'd have to make a world from scratch if we don't get like the resources from the person that made the current one.
Yeah, that's true.
The only issue with one role that I really like that I was finding is trying to figure out how to do the jester role, because anyone who gets jester in the actual game, they would have to be voted out in order to win. But in order for that to work on the VRChat version, you would have to physically mod the VRChat world in order for that to work.
Or everyone would need some form of communication with the host to immediately abort the game when they get voted out. And some way to decide who the jester is.
I feel like that's
And
a good
only let
toggle
the-
option, honestly. Jester on, jester off, and then
Yeah.
you see one person's getting jester.
Well,
or
yeah,
something
well,
like
you need a tool that everyone can log into
Yeah.
that tells the
I'm trying to
jester
relax.
they're the
Yeah.
jester.
I want to kill someone.
And then that person would have to communicate with,
Oh.
and it can be done outside of VRChat, but would require that work in the external application.
Yeah, I mean, you
That's all I
could
missed.
do it
Okay, I need to
like outside the world.
I will
If
see you guys
somebody
tomorrow.
rolls like a number
Yes, probably
between
tomorrow.
1 and
See
10.
all of you. Good night.
Well, unless you have someone.
Like, take care.
Alright, good night. Well, unless you have someone who's not actively playing to do that, then you would need.
Yeah.
Hey, what if there was a joke role called AFK? Would you stay in the lobby for game?
One thing I could do is I could go back to
There's
just
a
hosting Among Us
specter of
games
you.
too. That's something I used to do many
Like
moons
you're
ago.
still playing the game, but your avatar's in the lobby. AFK.
I got you,
quote,
Cake.
unquote.
Oh, the only mod at the time, though, the only mod I ever used was the proximity chat mod.
I mean, yeah, but like, you know, that's easy to set up. I fully understand that, you know, but playing really modded Among Us, that's a different world, dude. If you got
Yeah.
it all set up.
Oh
you know?
god! In fact, I remember like a game like Goose Goose Duck
I
kind of
actually have the
existed
Among Us game
specifically to
mobile.
be a game where it was modded Among Us at base, and also to sell
I mean,
microtransactions.
there's
But
two versions of it, you know. Yeah.
well, that's Goose Goose. In fact, a lot of the roles Goose Goose Duck had became popular. Also, were popular Among Us mods, and also got added to Among Us. So, I mean, I don't know if Gus Duke or the mods did it first, but either way, they did.
No, look, here's the deal. Goose Goose Duck, yeah, they have some mods. Fine by it. Maybe they did it first. Don't know. But Among Us mods added literally everything good from every single other game that is out there, honestly. And I feel like that's
I'm not
a move, dude.
I'm not
That's a
disagreeing
move.
with that, but there is something to be said about ease of access and being able to just install a game and have everything work.
Of course. Absolutely.
Especially in a multiplayer game where you have to convince a bunch of other people to also install whatever mods.
Cake, I got an entire server that would love to play with you. That's the thing. Just ask me, I'll let them know, and then we can hit people up. They already
Yeah.
got it all installed. That's the thing. Like, they
right.
know.
Maybe dump an
So I
invite
got
to the cabin
I got like
Discord
30 people ready
into
there.
that Discord.
I mean, I'm just saying, I got 30 people ready who are already playing modded Among Us. It's just been a little
Yeah.
while since we last played because
Alex
the
Cuss
server's
2001.
gone silent whenever I dipped out and
So
said,
what's
hey,
new,
you know,
Cake?
just wanted to, you know, take a little break, and then that's that.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that it can't get reanimated.
Thing with the
Oh.
weird clock thing was working literally last night and earlier today. Why does it choose now to be difficult?
Because now is the right time to be difficult.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah. No, Cake, still, I enjoy the idea. Look, whenever you do something Among Us
Because
related, just let me know.
Tuesday
Ping me
evening
somewhere, like in Discord. Do you got
stay
Discord?
on.
You probably got Discord, right?
Yeah, I have Discord. I don't know if I have you anywhere. Oh, and then I just flash whatever. Oh, okay. Thankfully, the Discord tab I was on was just the stream chat when it opened on stream.
Yes, I do have.
It's actually constricting around my neck now.
I am mentally disabled.
Yeah.
Yeah. My Discord name is in my bio, and the Discord link is to my server. So, in my Discord link in my bio. So, but the actual name is
to 12
That's what
YT.
I'm gonna have to do is look up a
Afternoon.
lot.
What do you prefer, Cake? You want me to add you directly and then just hit a DM, or you want to?
either way, well, you need to hit me with a DM either way. I do have open server DMs as well as you can invite my name, but. And I can spread.
Where are you? 008. Okay.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
I'll add you first, like via friend request, and then you'll see who I am, and then I'll
think I
join
got
the
something.
Discord server too.
Actually, the main reason for the 008 in my Discord name is because streamer mode will censor your name if it matches your login.
At AlexCus2001.
Yeah, sure.
Yo, Dad, BOI, what's up?
Wait, what is that again? Oh wait.
I thought it was because you were gonna be 008 and your brother was gonna be 007 and another brother was gonna be 009. But then one of them.
I got it. Kinda got it.
Okay,
Under
Cake,
control.
you should have received a friend request on Discord. If that is you, send by me.
Okay.
You got it?
I see the notification. I was afraid Windows 11 was doing the stupid thing where I need to hit Control Delete before I get mouse control again.
I see.
At Didboy to 12 YT.
Yeah, that sounds good. That
Not
sounds
chilling,
good.
what
All right,
about
that was
you?
you, yeah?
Dr.
There you go.
Flosion
That's
said.
me. Hello.
What's up, everyone in chat?
Didboy to 12 YT. Much asterisk.
Hi, chat.
Hi, Chad. Chad, now you can say hi back to us. What about it?
Hello. Yeah. Apparently, about a month ago, the CEO of Twitch said you can merge chats,
At AlexCus2001.
even though they haven't actually updated TOS, so that's the thing.
Playing Half-Life 2.
Anyway, yeah, I see the DM.
Yeah, it's just a little heart. Nothing big to it. Oh man. Wait, Chad, there. Hi,
Now
Chad.
if I just
It's also Typhlosion,
lay
so.
down so I can tie this properly.
Yeah, I mean it works, right? Hey, is that a Temmie? Oh
Yeah.
my god, dude. Nice. I dig it.
At Didboy to 12 YT.
Oh, and the
Neat.
Delta Room profile. Oh man, yeah, you just made a lot of plus points on my end. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm big on Undertale and Deltarune, but I really wish my brother would get around to getting caught up on chapters so I could actually show him a lot of the videos I've been watching.
And,
I've been having to not say much
Oh, I
to him
gotcha.
about it to keep from spoiling things.
okay,
like,
I got it. I think I fixed it for now.
Okay, we gotta talk about Deltarune like sometime. Just the two of us just nerding out then.
yeah, I got my last. I did another run through. Well, I don't know if it's recently anymore, but yeah, I did all the secret boss runs, including. I mean, I did it with the mantle because I'm not crazy enough to do the Shadow Knight without the mantle. But
Yeah, gotcha.
Deltarune. The thing
But,
that
yeah,
I can
dude.
only watch playthrough because I don't have a PC.
yeah, I was
Gotcha.
or any of the
And bro,
consoles.
What did you expect?
I mean, the first two chapters are free. If you have any system, it's on.
Lamb.
True.
It's
Brandon,
not out on
you are one
mobile,
of 3
as far
people
as
that would
I know.
willingly
It's not on what?
enter the lap.
Aww.
Mobile devices, as far as I know.
I don't think is that even a game console.
What's going on?
Depends.
They're talking about Deltarune.
I mean, Desert has a Switch.
On all
100%,
platforms,
so
it's
that's not.
on.
Yeah. I mean,
I got it on
my
Steam,
Switch
but like it's definitely also there on Switch, so that's 100%.
yeah. Also, apparently,
Yeah.
there's been some recent drama over in the Spanish community over Toby only wanting to translate in languages he's familiar with because he doesn't want to risk like getting someone else getting the tone wrong on anything.
Oh my god, yeah, but they're just being
I wonder
pussies.
if I
I'm
can
sorry,
get
I gotta
Among Us
say
on
it
the
like
Switch.
it
I might
is.
have to check that later.
Wait, who? The Toby
Yeah,
or
the
the
variable.
people getting upset?
About
Okay.
3 pounds.
Wait, what?
So, or I don't know what that.
I said
maybe
who?
$12
Like,
already.
yeah, like I said, like
If it costs money, then
it's just a day, and you could be talking about your side here.
This economy right now, it's probably a little bit more.
What did
than
I
just
say again? I'm
$5
sorry.
right now.
I'm a little bit.
So, okay, it was related to the situation where the people in
probably
Spanish
either
countries are upset
doubled or
that Toby won't do a
tripled the
Spanish
price of-
translation
I
because
mean, just
Toby
because of what
only knows
game
English
consoles are
Japanese and he doesn't
pricing
want to
the
risk
games at
some
now.
other translator getting some of the tone wrong or not quite conveying something correctly.
Yeah, no, I mean, I understand Toby. I feel like that's the realest thing he can do, you know? Like, he tells him clearly, like, all right, you know, like, nothing I want to do
Yeah.
because... Yeah, I mean, he even said, I'd love to have people, you know, doing fan dubbing this game for countries who don't have the language access, you know?
I mean,
Which, honestly, that's cool as hell. So that's that. I would do it for Germany, honestly, if people are interested in it.
yeah, plus I think also
Probably.
it's like, it's not that he has a problem with fan translations, it's just making it official is a little different.
Yeah, that's true,
Especially
that's
with the
true.
theorists in the Undertale community. Like I remember when the Japanese thing came out, and they were like looking into like the conjugation of everything.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Especially with like most
Remember
languages
when,
having. Yep.
Remember when the Japanese version of Undertale came out, and apparently Sans talks like he's got a farmer like accent.
Yeah, that's kind of the point. Like saying
Yeah.
being both a bit of a goofball and a nihilist, so he doesn't really give a shit.
Silvermoon_Fox. Hey there, Cake. How's it going?
Oh man, but yeah, honestly, I need a little bit of distraction here today, so thanks.
Oh, it's
guys,
going alright,
for-
Silvermoon.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Also,
It's your friend.
I both started, ended, and restarted a Violet Nuzlocke this morning, so there's that.
Nice.
Psyducks are now the sworn enemy, except for the ones I
By the
catch.
way, speaking of Nintendo games, I basically beat the original Nintendo Switch 1 version of Mario Wonder. on my
Silvermoon_Fox.
PS3.
Nice.
There was a very unfortunate
The
cut
challenges
in what you were
so
saying there.
hard for me that I could not beat even the first one.
Oh wait, that's like some of the super challenges, or whatever. How they, I don't know what they're called for that particular
yeah.
game, but yeah, that's a
And
kind.
after they announced the like DLC version and the Nintendo Switch 2, I thought the Nintendo Switch 2 was way too overpriced for the day one launch.
Yeah,
Like, no one's gonna buy that. And yet people bought it. So now I look dumb.
oh, I mean, it is what it is. Although one of the interesting things I learned was apparently on Switch, the Switch version of Cyberpunk, the Switch version of Cyberpunk, you just plug a mouse and keyboard into the Switch and just play it mouse and keyboard. Yeah, I guess Nintendo doesn't have any rules against developers adding it in. The devs just have to add it in.
I feel like, yeah, they're making it very cheap.
Also,
Game.
also any game that has Switch 2 mouse support just works with a USB mouse too.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Granted, your
man.
mouse will lack the extra button. Like I think you'll have the trigger and the bumper on mouse 1 and mouse 2, but you won't have any like the face buttons or anything on your mouse. So you will be limited in that. Although you can remap buttons. So as long as you don't need, so I guess as long as you don't need, if you don't need the D-pad, I think just move the face buttons over the other controller, I guess, or mouse with your left hand. But then you need to move the control stick over. It depends. I mean, if a game uses little enough buttons, you can make it work. But
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
where's that audio coming from?
Actually,
That was someone put in video YouTube.
Oh, you know what? You can do that, but warn me first so I can mute the video.
Sorry.
Oh, Zach. It's it's a video on YouTube anyway. It's
about
Compendium.
Kane, I'm pretty sure. And it has like this.
oh, it's Digital Circus. I see. Where's it coming from, though?
It's like if
I
someone
don't know
does.
who this character is.
It looks like if someone's OC was added to Circus instead of Pomni. At least I say that until no, Pomni's there. Okay, the Pomni hadn't showed up.
It's a self-insert.
I didn't see. Okay, I didn't see Pomni yet, but it is still us.
And yet, so accurate.
I actually kind of really like these self-insert videos. Especially this one where they break the fourth wall.
It can be even more interesting now that we know that Kane based the characters off the mind files,
Music.
and apparently doesn't understand the difference
Kane
between.
basically like tried to like torture and like
Yeah, okay. Okay, what I'm trying to focus on is Kane said he based the bodies off the mind files, but he ended up making bodies based on their insecurities.
is fucked up and messed up, and I do not blame for doing that. But of course, he's an AI.
As I know, I do still need to look into I have no mouth and I must scream.
Eminem cover.
Because anyone who knows I have no mouth apparently is very quick to say that Digital Circus is heavily based off of it.
Wait, I recognize the vocals.
I think I managed to hear that correctly. I had another person talking in my ear.
Oh, what I said was I can't personally attest, but I do hear a lot of people say that Digital Circus is based on I have no mouth and I must scream.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely true.
Okay.
I didn't find a video.
It's in the video is in the menu. It's like the settings, the V, and the
YouTube icon up there.
Oh.
Omni is there.
And from there you have the various options. You know, toggling the video player, popping it out so you can have it separate from the game. You can pop it out so you can have a separate one from the game menu.
I think I can't remember. There are a couple other inspirations as well. I can't remember.
At AlexCus 2001.
Yeah.
I do look for mods that work with Half-Life 2.
Oh, mods that work for. Yeah, Half-Life 2 is a fun game to mod. I'm waiting for Lambada Fortress to fully come out on Steam right now. Or Lambda Fortress, I think. Which is Team Fortress 2 fused with Half-Life 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's even made to be co-op mod. Oh, you can play competitively too. We have a team of players play against the players progressing.
Wait, what did we start talking about?
Oh, I brought up someone in chat brought up Half-Life 2 modding, and then I brought up Lambda Fortress, which is TF2 combined with Half-Life.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, so you can either play entirely co-op and have a team of TF2 mercs going through the Half-Life 2 stages, or you can play competitively where blue team stops red team from aggressing.
The digital service, the dropping fees.
Oh god, when the okay, so the previous version were based on a leaked version, so they could never officially release it because because that would be against terms of service. But since Team Fortress 2 released the actual source code now, once they got it moved over to that, they can actually release it on Steam now.
Oh, that's neat.
And not only that, but that can include integration with your actual TF2 backpack, so you can load your actual TF2 loadouts. That'd be really cool. Plus, you can actually use the updated weapons instead of like the old versions of some things.
Yeah.
It's particularly awkward when TF2 hasn't gotten a weapon update in 10 years, and yet they still have outdated weapons.
And show me their exact correction. What made looks off model here?
Well, I mean, it's probably.
It was made either after or slightly before the
a lot of those songs were made after the pilot.
Yeah, even between episodes.
That's why Pomni's
Even
model
between
looks so
episodes,
weird.
they upgrade the models, so.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna dip out now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright. Don't
Like,
take care.
like even if you just
Have a great
compare,
night.
good night.
So
Like even if you just
merch
compare the
drop
animation of episode
and a
1 to the current
video
episode,
of
there's a huge
fan
difference.
song. Okay.
Yeah. I imagine so.
Although the McSpankies is definitely just McDonald's whenever they used to work at McDonald's, because I mean, it's probably like one remodel ago if your McDonald's recently remodeled, but.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the current version of McDonald's is all gray. But yeah, but all like the equipment, the tiling, the floor, the fridges, it's all exactly what McDonald's has.
I think it's playing
On repeat.
Ending B now.
Oh,
Or on
like
repeat.
ending A better.
Yeah, the repeat's on. I think it's on by default because usually defaults to lo-fi, so yeah.
Makes sense.
Right. I will probably put on something else. Be right back. Because I have like a very funny video I want to know everyone.
The circus, get back in your seats. The missing amazement, the dropping trees.
Although because of things coming out at the same time, there is a version of Big Shot for Kane.
At J4008M3X. Alright, can we address what's happening outside the window?
Wait, I'm shooting cubes. That's what's happening outside the window. This whole world's dedicated to shooting cubes. A Big Shot. And there it is.
At J4008M3X. Oh.
I don't know who can actually watch the video and who can't, but
I think Annie wants us to rejoin back with her.
Oh.
I got an invite.
I'll
Da, da,
go
da, da,
back
da,
and
da.
go after going through a tunnel my mom wants me to go through.
Okay.
It's basically Big Shot's structure,
God.
but
Oh my god.
if you keep listening, they also do the a motif to digital hallucination. Your imagination, dorks is your fixation. Door after door, you did it's just a digital hallucination. Day after day. Okay. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. That's really just the main theme of the show. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Oh. Anyway,
I put mine in.
okay,
This is the one I watched as a child.
I am reading it again though because I'm not like risking copyright as much like as much as I played the last video out loud.
Alright, I'll...
Since just. But yeah, it is an old FNAF video. From Van Blim Films. Yeah, I wish there was a way I could listen to it without showing it without broadcasting the audio out. I mean, it's technologically possible. It's not something I
just
imagine.
wanted to show how funny this video is. Like, it's just Freddy literally like seeing Believer from Imagine Dragons. Because, like, why
At
the
Saul
fuck
Martin Las
not?
Cruces guy.
That is
Hello.
kind of funny. That's pretty funny.
At Saul Martin Las Cruces guy.
Hey, Saul.
And I watched this as a, like, maybe 11 years old, maybe 10 years old. I was a big hardcore FNAF fan. Still am, by the way.
I kind of fell off after the 4th game. I kind of felt like the game should end. The series should have. From okay, obviously the game still
I
popped.
think Secret of the Mimic was very well
Okay.
received.
When I say
I thought it was like a different direction.
the series should have ended at 4, it should have either ended or at least stopped rebooted after 4, because it felt like that was kind of the end of the current story right there.
I mean, I don't think so. Like, main story was probably gonna end at like 3, but people were complaining that that jump scare didn't look scary enough. So he was like,
Well,
"Oh yeah."
Well, okay, so you write
then
ending with
the 4th
3,
game.
and then you write the origin that had yet been that. You're right, no, because okay, there was an origin, but it was only in the mini games. It wasn't the main thing. So like 4 felt like it was more focused on the origin, so that kind of tied up. Plus, also like I think the Bite of 87 was a thing before 4 came out; it just wasn't explained. So that was like that was the last big loose end, and then when 4 ended, there's only smaller loose ends that you can just kind of leave open, and it wouldn't be a big deal.
Yeah, but then there was sister location.
Yeah, it's just a
And
location. I think it's the first
The
game that.
problems with that one is Night 4 being so broken and like very hard
Yeah, I also think that's the
for
first
like no
game
reason.
where the story made less sense rather than more sense because it came out.
The second one probably just like added and so like what's the bite of 87? Who caused the bite of 87? Blah blah
Yeah.
blah.
Well, the first game was so like just okay.
Why is Chica missing her beat?
Yeah, well, I think when there was only one
She's
FNAF
smiling at
game.
me. I am very uncomfortable with Toy Chica smiling at me.
Yeah, well, the second game was the game I think that solidified the whole Ghost Children thing because the first game, it could have just been evil animatronics and that could just have been the end of the story. But the second game actually properly put up that these are the ghosts of dead children and they were murdered.
Yeah. Then the third game came along, and then the main antagonist of that one is like the murderer of the children.
Plus, there's the good versus
And then
bad
their,
ending
like,
where.
apparitions are like sting you because they're like misguided or something.
Yeah, well, plus there's also the good
I
versus bad
think
end.
You're the person.
Yeah.
The player is.
Yeah, well,
the
plus
person who killed.
Yeah, well, plus there's the good versus bad ending where you actually put the souls to rest or not. That's very clearly an ending, and the fourth game kind of just gave
The
a
lore
bit.
got very confusing after Sister Location with the inclusion of. Actually, it's 4. 4 added Michael after. No one knew his name
actually,
back then, but
one of the
Martha
biggest-
Crying Child.
One of the biggest things too that okay with Sister Location you start to get okay, are you trying to simultaneously make a sympathetic but also irredeemable villain at the same time? Like, what are you doing?
Like the way Michael was acting as like a teenager was obviously a teenager. Act a bit unreal, like most teenage. But I do want to question the morality of Billy Boy. Just allowing that to happen, like not bothering to like go like, hey, what's going on? Like something going on?
Hey, you're cutting a lot, and I don't know enough about the convoluted story of FNAF to fill in the blanks.
I watch a lot of dual process theory, so you don't have to judge me on that. Please.
Like, my only thing is, I think, obviously, okay, so obviously Scott was, I feel like Scott, especially earlier on, was very clearly changing the story with each game. Like, rewriting, doing next, doing multiple drafts, I do think there's going to be
The
stuff.
first game clearly probably didn't have much of a story. It's just, oh, hey, this is going to happen to you tonight. Then, you're done, probably.
At abyssals_vault. I
Then
left
more
the Discord
came.
and everything. You can get rid
And
of my
more.
mod role in everything.
And then eventually, Scott handed his series to Steel Wool to allow them to make more of it and more of it. But that's gonna set topic of a different video or a different time. Project Greater Brain, it's taking over my mind.
Alright, Abyssal. Huh.
Yeah,
At abyssals_vault. I'm done.
after
Don't
4,
ask. Spike
really
sucks.
did take a turn, and even Situation. Then came FNAF 6, which added a tycoon section, which is up for debate on whether it actually adds or like story or not. So like we all know that is my goal is like literally having that literal pizzeria chain thing, so he and Henry could like trap all the souls there, burn the place down. I mean, it's a hell of a way to go. But then I think after like Ultimate, I like when we're kind of getting all over the place. Then after the books, which adds a separate can of chat, I hope you're engaged with this. I hope
Yeah.
you're engaged with this.
There's just something else going on at the same time that has nothing to do with our conversation. So I'm a bit like, what? Wait, do we? I'll have some questions for someone else later, I guess, but I was just kind of confused. But I don't want to bring it up because I don't want the drama to spread any more than it has to.
That's fair. Anyway, I'm gonna give you a copyright strike.
Well, I have the player muted on my end anyway.
Oh man. I'm still playing all of it, so we can see how we.
The animation's pretty well done.
I'm dying. Yeah, it is. But do you want to know the craziest thing? I
What?
think this was made like a bit before Help, or maybe or Help. No, I think it was made like 8 years ago. Or maybe even 6 years ago. I'm not sure. I'll need to check later and let you know. You're on. But
At AlexCus 2001.
Yeah. Okay, so and like I'm trying to think of the best way because I need to ask Spike what's going on, but I want to make sure I don't phrase it in a way that makes it sound like I'm necessarily like mad at anyone because I'm not. I'm just really confused and don't need like anything to be brewing behind the scenes that I don't know about.
yeah. Like, all I want to do is make people laugh. I don't want to
Yeah.
get involved in any unnecessary drama.
Well, and like I trust that everyone involved.
Yet people want to cause drama because they're like, wusses and pussies because they can't handle the fact that someone else is having fun.
Oh, plus, and to be honest, I trust that literally everyone involved on their own was acting in their own best judgment. Just that there were some clashing ideals between multiple friends, and they just weren't compatible. That's what I'm thinking. You know what I mean? Like, no one's really being a bad actor. It's just different opinions.
At
And
Alex Cuss 2001. Whatever it is, it ain't coming here.
Yeah.
yeah, well, it's
Those
definitely. Well, especially
evil people need to get off the internet and never
well,
be back on
that's the point. Is I
again.
don't think any of them are evil. I just think they don't agree. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you just get two friends that neither of them are, like, you get along with both of them, but just for whatever reason, they don't click with each other. Yeah?
Yeah,
At DidBoy212YT.
but
The normal drama come and goes.
I do some things some people do kind of like
Yeah.
if you're planning on dating a minor yourself.
Well-
Stranger danger, first of all, and two, you're kind of being weird. I don't want to be friends with you.
Oh, God. I had to... Someone was being weird in voice, and at first it was fine, but then at some point I thought to ask them their age, and at that point I had to cut them off. They're like, okay, if you keep doing this, I'm going to have to ban you. Like, I am too old for you.
That wicked.
Yeah.
Pointed in. Yeah, that's the video I wanted to show you because it was very funny. It's like if an app, and yet Imagine Dragons are put in some. And I was planning on making like an obscure sort of like a
At
FNAF
DidBoy212YT.
obscurities video.
There are
but I
times we
ended
all
up
don't click and
scrapping
some
it
cuts
because
off
I
on them and goes to lead more problems,
stupid and I
making
would
more
get
stuff and
copyright
hearing.
strike to oblivion. So obviously it's probably going for another day.
So I think I'm going to
But
open
I'm
with...
still planning on wanting to.
At Alex
It's
Cuss
a
2001. Like the day
And it
before
is
my dad went
possible.
off on my friends about their music being loud, and I'm
Yeah, I
like,
think... Yeah, I'm
"Dad,
going
shut
to...
up."
Just have to do heavy editing.
Yeah. I think I'm going to open my DMs with Spike with just simply ask him, hey, is everything alright? I think that sets the right tone.
Yeah. Is it like in the amateur Discord server?
Yeah.
At Alex Cuss 2001.
That's my public Discord. We were also in a smaller private server
Anyway.
together.
Alright. Are they arguing in general or... I might like go check it out.
Hey, what? Wait,
Alex
was
Cuss
someone just
2001.
arguing in
I wanna
general?
see what's happening. What's going on?
How is your day going so far?
Yeah, okay, so there are
This
people
deeply
acting...
concerns my friend. It deeply concerns me too.
Wait, Abyssal, or...
What is going on in your Discord server is what
Oh,
concerns
me. Yeah. Alright, so the people acting weird and flirty, okay. Well, the funny thing is like, okay. Yeah, Spike, it's, sometimes I'm scared.
Okay.
I get too scared in this chat, like, what the fuck, like, okay, yeah. But honestly, it's fair, considering what some people have been posted. Abyssal says, I second this. Actually, the last thing they said to each other was them agreeing on something, so I don't know what happened after that somewhere else that made Abyssal say Spike sucks, because the last thing I have in my Discord was them agreed.
Alright, I'm going to go into the Discord, see what's going on.
Yeah. I mean, most of it
Make
just
sure no one's murdering anyone.
yeah, most of it just there's plenty of people. You know, have a few fans who are particularly goony, and some people commenting on that. But other than that, nothing really. At least in the Discord itself.
Alright.
Yeah, I checked my mod log, and no one's
Alex Cuss
really done any
2001.
moderation actions against each other.
Can we please move on from this?
Okay, so I might just need to take a little while to load.
Yeah. Basically, the bottom line is I have no idea what's going on. There's literally no publicly available information.
Okay, and my tablet is proclaiming that it has a high temperature battery, but it doesn't even feel that high, so it's being a whiny little baby.
Yeah, like the only information I can concur from this suggests that everything's alright, so that whatever happened behind closed doors that I do not have access to, so yeah, the beginning and end of that.
At DidBoy212YT. Don't think so, everyone is trying to make things are okay and no more sadness or anything YK.
Like I like it. It's only my only concern is
my tablet immediately like shuts off.
Putting out any fires.
See you tomorrow.
All right, see ya. And I just want to make sure that any fires don't spread. Yeah, that's really my only concern in any of this.
At Alex Cuss 2001. Yeah, things are wild these days.
And like I want, like, if there is a bad actor, like the course of action for me is to cut them out before it spreads to anyone else, and anyone else feels the need to leave or feel threatened because of the existing bad actor. You know, like just remove the bad element. Like I've had one friend who was like, they weren't like, what's the right word? Because I don't want to say, because like I don't want to make them out like they're a bad person or anything. They're just self-centered. Like they wanted everyone to compromise to what they wanted, but they would never compromise on what other people wanted.
Back then it was all realks and all happiness.
I mean, it happens. I mean, the last thing I want is to become like a Lily Orchards community, you know, like, that was freaking hellhole I was in for a bit and didn't even realize how bad it was until afterwards. Although, it is still really funny to make fun of her media criticisms, although it is a minefield trying to tear down her media criticisms without getting into her drama again. She likes to use her media reviews as allegories for her drama, even if it doesn't make sense. Or allude to people in her real life using characters she doesn't like, which, like, whatever. But regardless, her media takes are still comically bad. And that's what people want to focus on. Yeah.
At Alex Cuss 2001. I miss those days.
The problem is
At DidBoy212YT. Agree, things does changes a lot.
well, things will always change, and you can't ever become complacent. Like, it doesn't matter how many victories you win or how peaceful things are. You have to stay on. You do have to stay on guard to some extent, or else the bad actors will take advantage of it. It's the whole like paradox. Have you heard of the paradox tolerance, where you have to continue to be actively intolerant of the intolerance, or else the intolerant people will abuse your tolerance to take over. I don't really think that's a paradox at all. I think that is just the thing that makes sense, is that you can't tolerate intolerance. Because to maintain tolerance, you need a lack of intolerance, But what do I know? And Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy had an interesting take where, like, the people who most deserve power are often people that don't want it. So how do you get someone who is generally worthy of maintaining peace in charge? And it's just kind of something that only ever happens when you get lucky. Like, you can't ever seek out someone who won't become corrupt, or like, even if they don't start out corrupt, won't become corrupt by power later, because like the very same people that wouldn't be corrupted are the people that are the same person that will avoid power to begin with.
At Alex Cuss 2001. Yeah, but I try my best to get through it.
And the best thing, I guess the best possible way to deal with things is just checks and balances, the government in charge needs to be balanced with the power of the people. And that needs to go both ways, like, you need... But yeah. And because power corrupts, you can never just set up a system and leave it. It has to be actively maintained.
Account. You wouldn't steal a French fry. You wouldn't steal a McNugget. You wouldn't steal a shake. You wouldn't steal a sauce packet. Downloading a Big Mac is stealing. Stealing is against the law.
Huh. Okay, if I could download a Big Mac, I would, because that implies the idea that I can just synthesize a Big Mac without... I mean, at that point, you wouldn't download... that anti-piracy ad, you wouldn't download a card, just made more people aware what piracy was and actually increased piracy. Apparently, most people would download a card.
At Alex Cuss 2001. Funny how you say that. I used to steal things as a kid.
Well, the thing is, people usually like, when people get to the point where they're willing to steal, usually that means that there's other problems in their life. And the way to cut down on stealing is to work to reduce poverty. Get more people in stable situations where they have jobs, they can afford their own food, and so on and so forth, Like, things like free healthcare, like free housing, so that there's at least some minimum baseline, so that even if you don't have a job for a bit, you won't be homeless. Like, it doesn't have to be the most luxurious thing. Like, it can still be motivations to get a job. Like, hey, look, we'll offer you this, like, little apartment, but if you want to buy things you personally choose to buy and want, and not just what we decide you should have, you have to get a job. And I find that, like, most people do prefer working and having control of their life, generally. And to the people that don't, it's actually more expensive to deal with people who are homeless and on the street than it is just to put them in the apartment. You may as well just put them in the apartment too, because you're still saving money. Like all the things like paying for the prisons and paying for their health care when they end up in the hospital and can't pay it, and paying for whatever damages they cause while they're on the streets. Like, all that actually adds up to more money than the cost of just paying for a small apartment for them. And there was one, like, there have been projects that have been like, hey, we'll pay for your place to live for 3 months, but after those 3 months, you are on your own. You have to get a job by then and have money to pay those bills, or else you're gonna get evicted after those 3 months. And people generally get jobs.
Okay, I didn't see anything in the server.
Yeah, like I told you, like whatever's going on between them happened like somewhere else. I was particularly confused too because they weren't in this instance together, and Spike had just gone to bed. Well, yeah. I do actually genuinely like this world though. Not just the idle game. I mean, the idle game, to some extent, just kind of the icing on the cake. But I do like the general like futuristic
At Alex
aesthetic.
Test 2001. Lingang gilai 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 walta lingangu lingangu.
I like the fact that there's a video player. I like there being like some other simple little games like beer pong and chess that you can play. I think it's the same chess asset me and Lambus met over.
Spike said yeah. I bet he went to you to talk about what happened. If you want.
Oh.
Really want. I can tell.
Oh.
Show the texts. And then you do UIG.
Thankfully, Spike didn't actually say anything yet. I forgot that text-to-speech option was open. I gotta turn that off, thank God.
At Alpha DJI 8K. I wish my headset was fixed so that I could cuddle with you right now.
Yeah. Honestly, I could use someone just to... I mean, not saying anything against the cuddling, but just someone to chill with for the moment. I think I kind of understand why some people say VRChat can feel lonely sometimes, because you're actively aware of the fact that they're not on. It's not like in real life where if someone's not there, if someone's physically not there, you're just not thinking about it. But like in VRChat, when people aren't there, you see all the offlines and all the orange statuses, and you know, you literally have a list of everyone who's not with you in VRChat, and that's what can feel a bit lonely sometimes. Okay. There we are. I'm just... Yeah. 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 Oh yeah, the rain too. I love just having the rain ambience. I actually kind of got a bit. I was actually kind of a bit. While I was typing, I was just kind of sitting there listening to the rain, and I felt the calm by it, you know. It's like Susie says, it's like the rain washing your worries away. Right. You know, copyright be damned on this because Materia is really dumb about the whole flames thing, but the place there. I'll probably just end listening to this. Oh god, and the fact that the rain is a part of the track. da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 na na. Da 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 da.
Okay.
Oh well.
Looks like people have abandoned you.
Yeah, people going to bed and stuff, but also, in DMs addressing
Yeah,
some,
sorry, it's-
or I guess not necessarily addressing, but getting the backstory and some issues between people, and it's like, yeah. I don't want to mention anything on stream, but nor should I probably even be relaying this in general, but
Yeah, alright, yeah.
I will repeat the one thing that
Fair
was. I might repeat the one thing that's already on the oven because they said it in stream chat. But Abyssal just hopped in chat and was like, "Screw Spike," and like left everything and unfriended me on everything.
Oh.
Just yeah, but anything else beyond that is only between me and Spike and DMs. So
Okay. Yeah, Swords joined. He's gonna be AFK over there.
yeah, that's fine.
Marla was saying the other day that he wants to do like a meetup with the main people in the cabin and like just have a chat about stuff. Like
Yeah.
maybe once a month, and we just cover everyone.
At
And
Alex Cuss 2001. I found
Talk
secret
about
voice lines in Half-Life 2.
things.
Yeah, but unfortunately, travel is not realistically feasible for me on my end. And like, I'm
not travel. Just do it in VRChat.
Oh, it'd be okay. Never mind. So when some people discuss meetups, it's
Yeah.
like that is the dream, isn't it? To meet up in real life.
2001.
Yeah, yes.
Interacting with the Vortigaunt that sings will give lore.
So similar to what with my poly, because
Well, hey, Alex.
we
we're gone.
we have a day of the week where we'll meet up in that peaceful world and we'll talk about our problems and we try to like offer each other advice and stuff and we do that once a week because we communication is a very helpful thing, especially in a poly. So Milo was thinking of wanting to do something similar to that, where we get everyone in the cabin and we have a chat, and because of what also like related of like what happened recently with Deji, like he thinks that could have been avoided if we were to talk about it, but just sort of throw the idea out there. I was just saying that Milo was talking to me and how they want to have like a chat with all of us, like in the kind of like what we do on Wednesdays, like all of us in the cabin. Yeah. Every now and again.
Yeah. Hell, this one this recent situation probably could have been avoided if we were talking a bit more.
Yeah.
The NG situation is complicated. And I guess I'm the best one to know about this.
Yeah.
Eh.
I'm gonna find that last remaining cube.
Getting cute.
Oh, there it is. Ah, the ball is just from the corner.
Hey, Lazzy.
On a parasite. Okay.
How you doing, Sword? Doing the hovering thing with the...
He's gonna see Jesus.
What's our parasites, and the parasites are demons.
At Dago Oberisms.
I can't hear you anymore, you're too far away.
He's gonna go
ALR.
meet Jesus.
I want to
the
wish a good
biggest
day to you, good
parasite.
sir.
Alright, thank you, Doggo.
Do people want to do crash compactor?
No, I don't want to do it, but I probably should be getting off soon.
Okay.
Honestly, probably been staying up a bit too late, too many of these nights.
Mm.
But also, I don't know, if anyone who joins, like, anyone who might, even if it's like one of my viewers I think starts causing trouble, you don't have to, like, hesitate to tell me, like. Oh, just the thing with the pistol, just to bring it up. Like, if anyone starts causing trouble, you can just tell me, you know, I'm not, like. Better, like, I'm not.
The pistol's called.
Apparently, between him and... It was apparently just between him and Spike entirely, but... You had to tell Spike, like, hey, look, you don't have to feel bad if he's causing you trouble, you know? Like, it's... Even just in the context of viewers, it's better to get rid of the toxic people early than to let that build and fester.
Yeah, I remember. I definitely told you when I was having trouble with Night Husker.
Yeah, better to go what's pretty like cut the head, you know, right away. You know.
Nip it in the bud.
That reminds me of the joke from Dr. Horrible where he signed the paper to help build a homeless shelter for the girl he has a crush on, and he tried to give an analogy. He's like, but I think you really need to take the situation head on, cut the head, you know, off the human race. It's not a perfect analogy. Because his whole thing, the reason why he's evil is he wants to take over because he thinks the current systems are failing. So he feels he could do better.
Oh, yeah.
So he's not totally evil, he just... I think the way he phrased it, like, destroy the status quo. Because the status is not quo. The world's a mess, and I just need to rule it. Also, I think that's technically before the sympathetic villain trope started becoming super mainstream, too. Ironically, I think by one of the directors that kind of started it, because it was Josh Whedon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Adolescent Hewitt him a 5735. Hot.
Hey, Allison.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably just giving it a couple.
Can you give me my hand sanitizer first?
Here you
Actually, no, I don't want.
go.
Here.
There's your hand sanitizer.
Here, I'll take care of it. Takes the laser gun.
You actually did somehow manage to fix it. Yeah, you definitely fixed it.
Oh, you see, your spit fixed it.
My sister managed to fix some slime.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Okay. You clearly missed what's happening in our end.
Sword. Get off me.
Oh.
Oh, why are my legs? Oh. What's happening to my legs?
Thank you.
My god. Yeah, I haven't stared at myself in the mirror today. Okay, now I'm good.
Also,
Listen
it
to them
is.
at
Just getting your
57:35.
daily dose of
I
mirror
hope you have a
dwelling.
good day.
Yeah.
I don't know. If there's, I don't know if this is reading too into anything, but it is interesting that Elijah immediately plucks me to do the duet MMDs.
And,
It's just a bit funny.
I get.
I think there's this,
Yeah, she's gone back
I think
into
there's
that
this
again.
one. I think there's this one MMD world that I went to before, but I didn't really stay long for any of the songs. It was just kind of a be there while I wait for another world to load type of situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is interesting, because MMD worlds usually take a while to load. So how you wound up there to begin with.
I honestly don't know.
Also, it's funny because the V2 program I'm using can load up MMD files and motion files directly. So I could probably do all sorts of things with that now, but
Yeah, let's.
Made myself a chicken wrap today.
oh, nice.
Chicken wrap?
I made some cheesy. I say earlier I made
Can I have some?
I got what's the name for it, but it was basically just scrambled egg,
Yeah.
cheese, peppers, and onion.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a hell of a vine.
The random saw.
Doing a lobotomy, say ah.
Oh my gosh.
I think. Did they get the point? Oh yeah, I did the audio link thing to this that you can't see on Quest, but if you do check the stream later,
MD Home.
looks really neat.
Dance After Dark. Dance Studio. Fight Club. I have noticed y'all did a lot from Fight Club.
Whatever happens in Fight Club stays in Fight Club.
What happens in MMD Fight Club stays in MMD Fight Club.
MMD Dance Club.
Boing, boing, boing.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's a lot more MMD stuff for desktop because I think, like how a lot of time I don't even think they consider PC VR for those worlds. Usually they expect people to be just on flat desktop, I think. Especially since you don't really do anything with the motion. Like you're just watching your avatar do things on your behalf, you know.
Makes sense. It does sometimes feel a little cursed on VR when you're physically frozen in place while your avatar is dancing, and all you're able to do is just kind of look around. Nothing else to watch but your avatar dancing.
This is why I lift up my headset and play a little get a little Pokemon in, or while I'm waiting for the song to end.
Oh god, I wish I need to figure out how to fix the app, but I used to have that emulator I could pull up in my VR space. I can do that without lifting my
I'm gonna
headset.
cut your horns.
Hmm?
I'm gonna cut your horns.
No. Wait,
Also-
is it with lambs where the horns grow back?
Good question.
I know I know one animal can grow their horns back.
I mean, I know that things like deers and everything can grow their antlers back, but I don't know for.
I know there's a certain type of lizard that can grow their tails back.
Most lizards can grow their tail back.
You can sometimes even grow an entire body from the severed tail.
I stumbled into the amazing Digital Circus Cafe.
I forgot what the
and now I
MMD
can't find
world
the exits.
was.
For this adventure, it looks like our cast of characters are in
there's
the most
more,
exciting. No mustard and no glitches. For such a sad burger, this put a smile on. This is more of a cake than pancakes.
You're not gonna
Relax.
believe it, but I'm still
Inside
hovering
Jax.
over the ground. I am not touching the ground.
Yeah.
Oh. You're right, I don't believe it.
Oh yeah. Oh wait, it doesn't work while I have a standable going. Oh well. Well, I guess I can do it like this.
Now I've actually hit the bottom of it. So
I'm gonna steal your.
Hey, no, I'm not touching the ground. No, I'm not touching the ground.
There we go. Yoink. Dun, 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 dun.
I guess my head just floats over my body
Oh.
now.
Huh, interesting. Apparently,
Quinky.
How
No.
does it feel, grounded one?
okay, I probably should turn off the body tracking for this, because this is a bit cursed, the way it pops up and down like that. Yeah, my hand, wait, what happens if I go really high up?
In there.
Oh, okay, so it doesn't like, my hands aren't stretchy.
Put your hands in the air.
You might feel a little sting, but don't worry, I'm just checking your brain.
Ooh.
Are you rules card now?
I'm the Duke of Puzzles. No, but I turned on the hover animation and go.
Why do I actually feel a weird sensation around my head?
You got phantom senses from canal lobotomy.
Let's test
No,
that
I
out.
give up. Let's check out this. Let's check out this one with the
can you-
cemetery.
Can you change the part that makes him dumb?
Alright.
Why are you?
Oh.
That's enough of the hand.
Well, y'all have fun in there. I should probably be going to bed.
Hey. Okay.
Good night, everyone.
Kate's heading off.
The character
okay.
is going to
Good night.
bed. Good night.
At AlexCus2001. Welp, I'm gonna go now. Have fun, cake, and stay blessed, you bubble butt goober.
All right.